the right to feed him. Have you heard him deny it? He will never deny it because he knows this to be true.
Some of you thought I was never going to criticize of Wakai.
Yeah.
Because I went to counties. I'm not criticizing because I want to criticize. I'm criticizing because we said yesterday, former President, we have a right private jet. But the Joseph Wakai has brought to power is riding private jet from here to go to Ghana. Yeah. But I will speak because people in Saturday saw me our passing to go on a convoy. Spend my own money to bring him to power because we thought the road yesterday was going to be right today. Yeah. I had no regret to vote against former President Ria. But the people that are brought to power will regret why I had to vote for them in campaign. This country is a better place and will be a better place.
Yes, sir.
Because there's money in the country that we can live from. We don't need money from outside.
So.
But we don't want to empower people here. We say that our lawmakers, we have become lawbreakers. We have become criminals. We put all the money in the budget for ourselves and leave them out. I want to challenge some of your lawmakers. Some people say they want this senator. They're breaking all the law. The law is really breaking the law, but you want to go up. You know why people want to go up? Because they want to increase the time. They say they're too short. You cannot be a gangster, then you want to run blue. You cannot be a lawmaker that disrespecting the law that we made ourselves. Then you say you want this senator, then you waste your time. Nobody here can be for the government economy. But when we can be what is not happening, and it will never happen. The only thing they are there for, when last people go there, government came and say, "Sanctify people." Young look at lawyers and give me 1%, I won't go in law. But they sit down over there, employ their family because they need work. And the person that needs work, and the person sanctify people say they want it. We employ our family because some people are happy. Because it is the time to be happy. It is nobody time when the country is not better. Yeah. It is everybody time when the country is better. Yeah. And we give this as a challenge to all of you people. 2029, we may be only valid for the presidency.
You won't be there. And you now where he's just taking all kind of way, all kind of thing. He won't go after people. Then you know, the CDC still control the lower house, the upper house. Mm-hmm. So they went, some kind of thing they did, but they did a resolution that passed. Yeah, because of money crossing.
Yeah.
Then they sent it to the Senate. Mm-hmm. Then something happened. Wow. All that they almost signed to Yombi house. Then they brought it that Tuesday morning. They didn't tell me they had it for me. Oh. Then when I heard what was happening, it was remain 2 persons to sign. That was me, that was Barney, Jim Barney. Now when I went to Kun, I said, what is going on? You were here when we had sent paper, and you were here with our own leadership, and we sent the report with all documents, legal documents, to guide where. Then Burger benefited from the 2010 decision by the Supreme Court to be involved in the election in 2011 because he was not wrong with them.
You're right.
He benefited.
You're right.
Then after serving our Bible for 12 years now, he's now president now. We finished campaign for that kind of old man, then he wants to persecute us. You got going to persecute us. So what is going on with Kun? Then Kun said, well, what I will do for you is to help you with lawyer. Get 5,000, go look for lawyer. It was from Kun office, my own son office that I went and found a resolution. I managed to tell why you all did this. You know what they told me?
No.
Resolution is not a law. So, starting the resolution, I mean, we agree. Bring it now. When Burger send a bill, they will not put all the law they put in now and back it.
I called you Rescue One. Do you think I really believe that at 80 years old you would be able to rescue this country? We embellished it. You know, when you are a sales representative, when you are a salesperson, you're selling a commodity or a product. Your job is to embellish that product. They say, "Fanting woman can say office or bony ratting." Did you think I knew, or did you think I mistook you for a rescuer? An old man who belongs to the dustbin of our history with a cake view, a man who cannot even operate a laptop computer. No, we settled. We made a compromise on you. That's what we did. We settled. We compromised. And we believed you were a good man and we were sympathetic towards you. We in All Liberian Party. And after we saw you and touted you about and projected you as though you could rescue this country, and we called you Rescue One. How could you rescue the country when you could not even rescue your own finances? 12 years as vice president, we had to be begging for money all over the place, raising money to sustain you. What contracts did you establish as vice president? What? It shows today. Everyone can see your campaign. It's a dysfunctional juggernaut led by people who have bought into this hype which we created, hype which we are sucking the life out of now. We will suck the life out of you. Knock the wind out of your sail. The wind we put in your sail, we'll take it back. How dare you call us insignificant when you were in political nobody after 2017, and we resurrected that dead political carcass of yours. You show us ingratitude and wickedness. Where are you? Our falling out with George, we are. We did. Fundamental. The issues about which we disagree with George, we are still issues that we are concerned about. But we're not here to give you power so that you turn it over to Jeremiah Kum and Prince Johnson. Jeremiah Kum is a Liberian citizen. If he wishes to run for president, it is his right to run for president. But to hide behind you, he and his warlord, his mass murdering, lunatical, deranged, unstable warlord godfather. We're not going to give the country to a warlord. Everybody used Prince Johnson in this country. Ellen used him to come to power. Joshua used him too. But you're asking me to go back to Alex Cummings, to his people, and make a request for $300,000. Then he said, you know, he might be inclined to give us the money because he wants something from me. So this is the honest man. This is the honest Joe Walker. The Joseph Walker that is supposed to be a decent, honorable man is asking me to go to Alex Cummings under the pretext of being inclined to grant Cummings' request for him, Joe Walker, to recuse himself from the political race and raise Cummings' hand. So he wanted me to go now to Cummings to go and get another $300,000 from Alex Cummings. I never did. I never delivered that message to Alex Cummings because I knew Joe Walker was dishonest. How dare I go ask Cummings for $300,000 to give to Joe Walker when Walker had just made a fun of Cummings in Ghana at a meeting Cummings gave him money for? And this is and these are things we could not come to the public to disclose these things. We could not do these things because we were in too deep. We were in too deep. And so what did I do?
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. What a pleasant way to welcome all of you to the Monday's edition of the program Freedom Hub on 87.9. Today happens to be the 7th day of April 2025. Your country, my country, our country is going through a lot more in the hands of the Unity Party administration under the stewardship of His Excellency Joseph Yoma Boaika. The price of rice is still the same. The price of rice is by far expensive than what it was 3 years ago in the Republic. The Liberian people are still waiting for rice price to reduce. Drugs still on the increase in the country. Lofa County, that used to be the bread basket of our country, Liberia, is fast becoming the drug basket of the country, with almost every weekend drug being arrested in that part of northern Liberia. We're still hoping and waiting for the moment where this rescue government is going to bring to an end the situation of the proliferation of drugs in our country, especially controlled substances. There are too many things happening in the country. But again, we will be looking into two of the most critical issues at about this moment. There are concerns, there are allegations, there are indications that the government of Liberia under President Joe Yoma Boakai is about to target some of the projects that were left behind by her predecessor. One government official posted that the Invincible Park at the fish market area may be removed. He said that the Invincible Park might be destroyed in the future by this government because the Liberian government will want to have the Springfield Airport expanded. Two officials of the government talk about it. Yes, we'll endeavor at all costs to bring you their post regarding the airport situation. Eugene Lamin Fagon of the LBS made it clear that the Liberian airport, the Liberian International Airport, should have a substitute. And as such, there is a need to expand the James Spring Airport in Sinka, and that will include removing the Invincible Park. What is it? What is that discussion about? Recently, the Unity PHP Park was under threat. We saw engineers of the LTA and other individuals are digging into the PHP Park to reroute an internet cable. What is the technical side of it? What is the technical side of it? Do we have a political undertone in that situation? Join the conversation as well. Moso Stand, a civil society organization in Liberia headed by Moba K. Malu, is planning a big protest to be announced in the country. Why is Stan trying to protest? Why is Stan trying to call on Liberians to protest against this government? We are hoping to speak with Moba Malu in the coming days so that he will tell us sufficiently as to why his civil society organization will want to stage a protest in Monrovia, better still, across the country. Stan over the period has been visiting the Yana boys, the petty traders, the motorcyclists across the country. They've been visiting these people seeking their support for their upcoming protests. What is the protest going to be seeking? What are they going to be hoping to be achieved by this government? What do they want the government to do? What are the issues that will form part of their petition statement? All of these, plus many other issues, will form the basis of our presentation on today. I did not call my name. My name is Khan Oliver Khan. Princess Alexa Vanja Colley is also ably seated. And jointly, we run up to 6 o'clock today to bring you all of what we need to know about the country Liberia right here on 87.9. Let's take a break to be right back for the continuation of the program.
The people bringing safety to your door. Stopping crime and making peace for them before. Come stop on Liberia. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper. Keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper. The people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper. Stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper. Crime Stopper Liberia. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper. Keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper. Keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper. The people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper. Stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper. Keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Okay, so welcome back to the program Freedom Hub on 87.9. Alexa, good afternoon and welcome, my dear.
Um, Good afternoon, Oliver, and I would like to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you. However, where you're joining us, would like to say welcome to Freedom Hub on 87.9 FM. We have a lot to talk about today. Couple of things are happening in Liberia, and as you may know, we do not go out of topics on a daily basis since the inception of Mr. Buakai's government. So we're going to discuss a lot that has already been talked about. I think a bit of it on the social media. Oliver talked about the invisible park to be removed in the future. That was hinted over the week, and we're going to talk about that, I guess, just a little bit. But we'd like to say welcome.
Okay, so basically there are two main things we'll talk about today. Like I said, okay, it is now open. Like I said, Moba Molu, Chairman Moba Molu, I is arranging. Do you have his post? Please go and get it. Chairman Moba Molu is trying to arrange. He's trying to organize a protest. He's now the new executive officer of STEN. STEN is an advocacy group in the country. They're trying to organize a protest. I'm told the protest is going to be on June 7th. I don't know the date, but we are told that June 7th this year there is going to be a protest, and that protest will have the marketeers, the motorcyclists, the Yana boys, the Yana girls, and all those who have been negatively impacted by this administration. We are told that those are people who will be in the protest business. We are told that they will be protesting in the country. But Alexa we will look into that particular conversation. We will look into that particular conversation. But that is exactly what it is. You got to save it. Yes, you have to save it until we can move on. So today is April 7th, and we want to say happy birthday to a very supportive lady, Alexa. She normally follow our show. She's there in, excuse me, Minnesota. Her birthday is today, Victoria Tay. Victoria Tay's birthday is today. We want to say hats up to you, Victoria, and all of the people celebrating their birthday today. But this show, today's edition, has been dedicated to you, Madam Victoria Tay. Happy birthday to you. You're a good woman, and may God richly bless you. So that's what it is. So we're gonna be running into that, Alexa. But I'm being informed that there are people who will be receiving some money today. So we will go and get those who will be winning. How you call this thing? Those who will be winning $1,000 as frequent players. We'll go and give them some money. But while we try to get them, Alexa, we saw Lopa County people on Saturday. Was it Saturday or Friday? Why are you laughing? Why you mean I'm not asking in good faith? So if you're there, play star 799, star 799 hash. You select freedom as spot number 11. Star 799 hash. You select freedom as spot number 11. you could win for yourself 4,000 Liberian dollars. But we'll try to find, the people who are winning 1,000 as a regular player bonus. We'll give them the money very soon. We'll come and call their names. We'll come and call their numbers. But Alexa got to tell us, we saw Lofa County people on Friday. What were you guys doing? I mean, yeah,
Okay.
you got to explain why I try to give some people some money from our partners really in the team in Liberia.
Okay, so I think at was it the end of January or the beginning of February?
You asking me?
Lofa, I'm trying to get my thoughts together because I know. So Lofa actually became victorious in the just ended National County Sports Meet,
Hmm.
and for the first time in the county's history, Lofa won two trophies. That is the basketball and football altogether. And a lot of people complained that the celebration was long overdue. You're one of the people who asked.
I did not say what has happened. I said, what were you guys doing on
No.
Friday?
I'm just telling you.
What were you guys doing on Friday?
So officially Friday, our celebratory activities actually started,
Okay.
and that was a parade with the two trophies. From Eskidi all the way to Central Monrovia and back to Eskidi. So that was basically it on Friday. And while we're on that, I got a message from you asking why do we have draft face. But from Lofa, what can happen. We copy it for the ancestor. And on Saturday, it was a fundraiser dinner, and that's because this victory or double victory, our people want this to be something that's a legacy, and so it was a fundraiser anyway. The budget is 500,000 United States dollars to build a stadium in Vonjama.
Okay.
So yeah, and today Monday, the folks are escorting the trophies to Lofa County. So they're going to Margibi, Bond County, and back to Lofa
So
County.
go to the business
So,
department after year and pay them for
Those-
using it.
OMSM Science is
But-
going to do that.
No, but go there and pay the people for
Science
using this radio to talk about Lofa County.
OMSM Science is going
I
to
just
do
asked
that.
you what were you guys doing on Friday? Look, my people, let's be honest with you. Lofians, I've had this thing for a long time. People kept saying Lofa people mean. I haven't been believing it, but it is today that I get to know that Lofians got small problem with.
So why did you ask me? You won't say Baba.
No, not that, right? Lofa County won the county meet trophy since January. For going having segment, my people, we're in April. You mean you waited January, February, March, 3 months before taking the trophy to the very people to celebrate? And the truth of the matter is, Elisa will not say, and she's even surprised that I know.
But
People from Lofa County told us that since Jefferson Koji left government and since he left active.
don't say the thing now.
Hello? No, leave it. Since he left, being an active participant in the Lofa County Steering Committee situation, the whole operation jelly that Momo Cyrus and the Momo Cyrus is doing well, but he doesn't have a lot of people to compliment his effort. Some big names that we expect to be giving Google money to support the county endeavor, they'll go there again, then they speak big book behind it. And so since the departure of Jeff Koji and other folks from the Lofa County Steering Committee, the county has been struggling to raise money to maintain players, to do this, do that. We used to see how the men used to be operating under Jeff.
Well,
Jeff will get in tracksuit, the other one coat suit, take them to Google Place, get them telephone, brand new phones, treat them well. But Lofa County team is no longer having that juice. Unfortunately, interestingly, the county got the president of the country. The county got the finance minister of the country. They leave me. The county got the president. The county got the finance minister of the country. The county got the LRA commissioner general. The county got the Central Bank of Liberia. The county got the immigration boss. The county got everything you think about. Jaso from Webley, Lofa County. And there was another person called Jala, Minister Jala from Lofa. The country got almost 13 key officials of government, but Lofa County could not celebrate a trophy because there was no money to carry the boys in around to go do celebration. That is stinginess. Stop it. If you try that thing, you will not get our trophy to Lofa County. We cheat you on the phone. Even if you can, no, I come in.
Asking if the population to get a trophy, but
No, but you guys can be that cheap. You can be that cheap. You can be that stingy. That's stinginess. I mean, Lofians, come on, man.
And on a more serious note,
No serious, no business here.
More serious
The
note,
central bank governor from Lofa,
it will be
the minister of finance from Lofa,
like everybody. CSA is from Lofa as well.
even
Like all of them.
what place Yafa come from? John Yafa, Morale City Mayor from Lofa. The CSA board man who just sacking people here and there. Josiah Joker, he from Lofa County. LRA Commissioner General, Lofa County. Immigration boss, pass and pressing. You just Lofa, and you could sponsor your own team.
But you saw all my
Nobody say go steal money and go do stuff. The
you
deputy,
can use your own contribution.
the deputy speaker from Lofa County, Thomas Farah, Lofa County deputy speaker. Most of the county senator Sajo say he from Lofa County. Lofa County, man, just stop it. It I think you should stop doing. We ready on the football field county. Me, you know you will not treat the trophy with dignity. You will be disgracing the trophy. You don't be taking it. No, you don't be taking it. We gotta start conniving. We gotta start conniving with the referee and we cheating you because you can be that mean to your own country, man. All the officials you got from president from there, deputy speaker from there, CBO governor from there, minister of finance from there, CSA director from there, Senate Mayor of Moria from there, education minister from there. What you got one other minister they call Poto. All the people from LTA, from there. All the LTA people from there. All the immigration people from there. How you treating your country? It's shameful. That at the end of the day, you gotta wait for all the time. But it's good that you guys want to build. It's good that you guys want to build a stadium in Bunchima. That's a good one. Right. But please, the next time, you stop being too stingy. It doesn't help. It is not a good thing.
On a more serious note,
yeah.
Right? On a more serious note,
2 seconds.
Two
seconds about only 2 seconds about that Lofa
Jefferson Kochi, and that's something I have wanted to say even at the event, but I had to leave anyway. All of these things that are happening now, right?
Mm-hmm.
His contributions cannot be understated. No matter how silent people want to be, his contributions are as loud as his voice, whether he's there or not. So right now it is like a completely different era, and the fact that he's not really in it, you can spot the difference because it is on his shoulders. Lofa became visible when it comes to sports, right? Yeah. So here we are. By the end of the day, the company carrying the trophy, I think they're already on our way now. We're carrying the trophy Lofa today. But that's that, Next time we'll do better.
Yeah, he's mean. He's very, very mean. Very, I mean, I would say no. Lofa is a mean county, but
Lofa not mean.
But
people say they go regroup.
Don't forget it. I mean, the next time Lofa will celebrate the next week after the win a trophy. I mean, you can't keep treating people that way. It's not correct. You better go trophy cool before you say you go celebrate. That meanness. Nobody want honor the cause. Nobody want honor the cause. Put the trophy down there and cholon. They just speaking kissy.
So if Maryland had won,
oh no, we would have openly celebrated that trophy.
Why not win?
We would have taken that trophy to. I mean, we're going to start a Southeastern tour with the trophy. The very next week, we will finish with the whole celebration. We'll even jump in articles. They get group in articles. We'll jump in article taboo. We'll jump there. Maryland would have taken that trophy to Taboo, to Jurabuku, to Jamadioke, all of the global places. We would have done so.
Manage that until you guys can win.
Too stingy.
When you got to know, we've been celebrating our trophy.
No, but
the last 4 or 5 years. Exactly how it has been.
Let's go call some people who will be receiving $1,000 while we talk about your stinginess. I love how kind of people too stingy. I mean, can do that. You can.
Ella, you want me to be here? You don't want me to go home, right?
Yeah, I will put it in your face. You will go tell the rest of the local people.
No, most of them will listen, man.
So yeah, so you go tell the rest of the local people. Tell them say I don't want to say it's stingy.
You hear me asking my chair here on Wednesday, the woman say they go read group because when you play this song,
Yeah.
you gotta play good.
So we're calling this person
No.
for the $1,000. The phone is ringing. Okay, the person did not answer. Let's call the next person. Let's call the next person quickly. Yeah, so star 799 star 11 hatch, and it can give you something. Star 799 hatch, you select freedom as spot number 11, and that will give you $4,000 quickly. Let's go. Then we jump into the main topic for which we're here. Hello, sir. How are you? Hello.
Yeah.
How are you, ma'am?
Hello.
Hello. How are you, ma'am?
Okay, who's speaking?
We're calling you from Freedom Radio, Liberia.
Yeah.
You receive 1,000 Liberian dollars on your telephone. Am I correct?
Hello?
Hello, you receive 1,000 LD on your telephone. Am I correct?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it is because you are a regular player of the cash giveaway. That's what I want to confirm from you.
Alright, thank you.
Okay, congratulations. Thank you very much. Okay, we leave you right there. Let's go and talk to the other person. The first one did not pick up, so let's see if we can talk to this person quickly. But my people, if any other county will win, don't do the loafer, please. You know, spend some money, especially when you got plenty of people in government. Don't be so broke. You know, I know one food. I know one food. Yeah, I know one food. I mean, who die with money in your pocket and the doctor checking you saying you're hungry. Hello, hello, how you doing? Hello, ma'am. How are you? My name is KOK. I'm calling you from Freedom Radio, Liberia.
Your name is what?
KOK from Freedom Radio, Liberia.
Okay.
Our assistant shows that you got $1,000 on your phone. You receive 1,000 from Radio Entertainment Liberia. Is it true?
Yeah.
Congratulations. It is because you are a regular player.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Okay, so we leave you right there. Okay, so Alexa, that's why it is. Enough of the county meeting. When you get plenty of people who got money in the county, they should be able to spend something. I mean, to be stingy, it doesn't help. Being stingy is, come on, Finance Minister, CBL Governor, LRA Commissioner General, Deputy Speaker, President, Minister of Health, Minister of Education, Montreal City Mayor, LTA Commissioners, you know, immigration people. Come on, go back country, man. Start Jose all from there. Foco from there. You can call back from there. Yeah, that local people. Oh, you didn't party Benin, you didn't CDC, you know the party Benin. That local country, you know, local country, Samara will call it there. Jesse Kowe, CDC chairman, Janga Kowe, all right from local country. Huh? Local country. You're doing like that. Shame for you. The next time you go do when the lion in the town will call the music, you're too stingy. nothing more, nothing less. But let's run to the main issues in the country. I know the country is so difficult where Liberian people want to talk politics every moment, every day, which is good though. But sometimes it doesn't have to be, you know, fiercely political or true. We got to do it somewhere, somehow. So I'm checking for the post that was done by, I think that can happen to me when I come on the show now. It can be difficult. There was a post that was done by how you call this thing, one of the ministers regarding the airport, regarding the Invincible Park. I want to look at that post. I want to read it. Minister Fagon, Eugene Fagon also did a post where he talked about the airport, the need to transform the airport in Syncor, and that transformation will include getting rid of the Invincible Park. We want to look at that particular conversation. We want to look at it. Yes, we want to look at it because there are arguments across the country that the Unity Party government is trying to do everything possible to erase the projects that were implemented by President Weah. I do not want to believe so. But when you read some of these posts, and when you read some of what was said by some people in the government, then you will agree with me that those rumors that we are gathering are not far from being true. Now let's go and find some of it. Let's go and find some of it right now. Let's go and find some of it. So the first one came from Bwaka Jaliba. This is what I tell you, get to look for the gene. Here you go. This is from Bwaka Jaliba. He said, "You see Invincible Pack? Well, it might have to be moved someday. If Springfield expands or safety becomes an issue, the pack won't stay." He went on to say, "It's like 1 mile away from the runway. And let's be clear, real planning isn't about feelings. It is about what needs to be done properly. So start getting ready now. Because when that debate comes, you will need to make your case strong." This is from Bwaka Jaliba, a staunch member of the Unity Party. That is what he said about the Invincible Pack. That the pack will need to be removed in the coming days. That is what he said about it. Eugene Fagon also did a post in that same regard. That if the Rabat International Airport have a problem, if the airport is with a problem, the Springfield should be used as an alternative for bigger planes to land. And the way bigger planes will land is for them to remove the Invincible Pack so that the plane will get more space to land. The guy said 1 mile from the runway of the airport. 1 mile from the runway of the airport to the Invincible Pack. I'm still struggling to know why is the Invincible Pack a target. Alexa, because I remember when the park was about to be built, similar safety concerns were raised. The park is going to be close to the airport runway. And will the park be safe? Will citizens be safe at that park? Considering the proximity to the airport? If so, in the future, if we intend to expand the airport, will the park not be a hindrance? Experts were consulted and they provided their opinion, and we are going to provide sufficient information regarding that effect in the coming days. But here is what they said that we know. That the runway of the airport, the part of the runway of the airport that is closer to the park, is not where plane take off. That is not where the plane can take off from. Beyond that, if there should be any extension of the airport runway, the experts have warned, they have advised that that extension should go towards the swamp. That upgrade should go towards the swamp, because to do the expansion towards the part where the park is, it means the runway will have to go and cross the Tottenham Boulevard Kota Road. Because let the Kota Road, let the park, after a few feet, you have the runway of the airport. So the guys advise that even in the future, if you will want to have this particular airport expanded, the expansion will not come towards the main road. The expansion will have to go towards the swamp, there where you have vast portion of the land. And so even when you extend the runway at that level, it means the plane may not even reach closer to the terminal, and it will already be at the Texas speed. So the plane may not even have to come towards the runway that is even around the park. The speed may not even reach to that level. Meaning, if the plane is around there, people will just be directing it now with their hand, and the plane will just be moving at a slow pace. But an attempt to want to extend the runway and the basic part of the runway towards the park, it means the very quota road that we have, including entering President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf fence, it means the airport will have to go cross the quota road and reach towards President Sirleaf fence, because there will be no space to accommodate that extension. And so the best way you can do the extension is to go towards the swamp. So if we intend to improve the airport in a way that it will be able to host international flights, then it means that expansion will not have to focus on the main road, but it will have to go towards the swamp, where we have a lot of land that they can put culverts for the water to flow under, build a concrete pavement for the runway to run on, and that will be possible. But anything towards the roadside, it means we should get ready to cut Tottenham Boulevard. So by the time you reach the Vamuma, out of the road should pass to the beach and go past beyond CDC headquarters and come back and start going towards Pinsville. But it means we'll not have to use the old road. That old road route, we'll not have to use it anymore, because the airport will be reaching all to that place. Why are you targeting this project? And that's why sometimes I was like, okay, let us remove any other record that says it was built under George Weah. Maybe that will help the project to live. Because the only reason why I think this is a subject of conversation is because people think this is being aligned to a particular individual who did it. Because there were opinions rendered, expert opinions were rendered prior to the construction of that park. More to that, the Americans take security very seriously. The Americans that we know, Alexa, they take security very seriously. If a particular place is not safe, the Americans will never encourage their people to go there. You remember whenever we having protests in the country, the American embassy can issue travel advisory. Not that American citizens will be protesting, but they can be telling the citizens, Moab Maluden said they'll be protesting on so date. Please, when you come in to town, don't use that route. Pass the place. They often inform their people ahead of time when they perceive danger. The Americans have a way of informing their people to be very cautious ahead of time when there is danger. They will not see danger and run into it. They have the expertise. What am I saying? Not 1, 2, 3 times, on multiple occasions, the then U.S. ambassador to this country, what you name, McCarthy, was saying at that Invisible Park playing basketball, table tennis. If there were security concerns, that man when he was there, he represented the American president. When that place was not safe in terms of security, they wouldn't have allowed their ambassador to go and risk his life there. They wouldn't have done so. On multiple occasions, McCarthy went to that park and he played basketball, table tennis, volleyball. He spent the longest of time. And mind you, he did not go alone. He went there with other American citizens. If it was that risky, they wouldn't have allowed him go there. Common protest again. Some people say, no. The people protesting, you don't use the road. Stay home until the protest is over. That's precautionary measure. They are noted for taking it. So if the park was not safe, was not environmentally good, in terms of aviation safety, when the park was not okay, they wouldn't have allowed their men to go there to spend long time on that particular park exercising and recreating. They wouldn't have allowed him to do so. So please, we beg you, my people. We did that project. But Alexa, from the day he left the presidency, I can't remember the last time I saw President George Weah going to the Invincible Park to practice there. I still be corrected, but I can't remember the last time he went there. The project is not for him, it is for the Liberian people. Those of you who are forcing I know not all the United Partisans in government are forcing that idea of wanting to remove the park. I know not many of you want to do it. Please, the last time I checked, all of the banks in this country, they had a banker tournament at that park. All of the banks in the country, they had tournament. IB Bank playing Bloomberg, the other one playing SRB, all the other banks, GD Bank, everybody they had their competition. Almost every NGO in this country, all of the NGOs, the NGO network, look, Liberians from all walks of life, beyond political party, ethnicity, religion, traditional lines, they would normally go to that place to enjoy themselves. They would normally go there. Don't allow politics make this country to lose one of her best sceneries. That's one of the best places you can show in this country. Not all of you, the United Partisans in government, are pushing this wicked idea. But a few of you who are pushing it only because it was executed and done under the Weah's administration, you gotta stop. The country is bigger than your feelings. When the Sierra Leoneans come here and they go to the park and enjoy the scenery, they don't say this is a George Weah thing. They say Liberia is beautiful. The park in Monrovia is fine. That's what they go with to their country. Those are the kind of news they go back to their country with. When they come here, they say, hey, there is a PHP park in Monrovia. The place is nice. The place is beautiful. They don't say there is a George Weah park in Monrovia. Don't allow your hate for this one George Weah man to make you spoil the country. The experts went there and they said, this thing can be here. It can stay here. The level at which it is to the wrong way is not possible. Beyond that, the airport is not reaching towards this angle. It's not reaching towards the angle. If there is any reason to extend the airport, there is a whole vast land towards the swamp. The environmental people can do all of the environmental studies, provide irrigation lines for the water, not to overflow on the wrong way. They can build it in the way they want to do it. And at the end of the day, a good portion of the land, over 10, 15 miles, can be utilized for the purpose. Because even when you intend to expand the airport towards the Invincible Park, you will not even go 2 minutes, you will reach on the Kota Road. So if the park is not safe, I'm equally saying to you, the people who use that road on a daily basis with their cars, they are not safe as well, Alexa. I mean, President Sally Uno's house is not safe. She should not live there. If the park is not safe, President Salih's house is not safe. It means we should not even be driving on that road because we are not safe. President Bwaka should not drive on that road because he too is not safe. All of us using that road on a daily basis, we should not drive on it because it will show that we are not safe. Please, stop wishing for things that will do this country no good. You did everything you wanted from this man. He was in power. You lied that he had the opportunity to reduce rice price and he was not reducing it. You sold that to the Liberian people. They got vexed. They voted him out. You came to power. You can do nothing but the rest business. You lie on the man that he was doing nothing to transform the market women who were selling in the streets of Monrovia. They were not making profit. You made the people to understand that if you had come to power, you will give them profit. Today you are in power. They are still crying more than what they were going through. You lie on this man that he was doing nothing to stop drugs from coming to this country. Today, Lofa County, that has been referred to as the bread basket of our country, is now being regarded as the drug basket because drug is coming from Lofa every weekend. They will arrest truck load from Lofa County. Every negative thing you say about this man when he was president that made you to win the election, are happening double fold under your administration. Yet and still, a few of you still have this terrible mindset that in as much as it is associated with him, it should not exist. That's wrong. He didn't use his personal money to build those parks. It was the Liberian people money through real consultation. Through real consultation. And so, look, I'm not gonna be a fool to say, oh, every United Partisan is against the park. No. But there are a few of you in the United Party government who are trying to push this thing that we gotta create a situation where we just go and fence the whole place, destroy it, and say even when we not get the money now, we just fence it and say we're about to extend the airport. That's what we have been told. Some of you are recommending. Look, let's just go break the whole place down. We fence it and announce that we're about to expand the airport for security reasons, this and that, and we'll find the money to do the expansion. And 10, 15 years will pass, y'all not expand that airport. Yeah, the Rawa International Airport, the international airport, to maintain common generator, you can do it. That you got to lie on brass. You say brass going to color current on the airport. You can maintain the current common 3 generator at the airport. You can maintain it. But a new airport, you won't pay. Ordinary lights, you got to lie on birds. Poor birds, you got to lie on birds. That they are cutting light out to the airport. That new airport you will pay, that new expansion you will do. What kind of expansion are you going to do? You know, with a piece of land that's very close to the main road. It means if the park is not safe, then it means we to the Liberian people, we are not safe to use that road. We should block the whole road and stop using it. Then you people find a place for us to pass. Because what's the difference? Look, I can stand to that. I can stay right close to the runway. You rack and chunk rack. The rack will pass over Invincible Park and land on the Kota Road. I can do it. That's how close it is. So you can do any expansion there. Any expansion you want to do, it means the airport fence will be right on the sidewalk. It means the fence of the airport will be right on the sidewalk. If that is the case, then it shows that you'll be wasting public resources. Please, it's not because of we have built it, so it should be condemned. I saw what was happening to the the United Park, PHP. I'm told you're trying to reroute the wire. Good. But what was it? What was it? That wire is passing from the sea. It's passing under the park. It is not staying there. That line is passing plenty of places. There are plenty corridors, plenty of places passing. And beyond that, that place has been constructed. The construction started 2 years before the dedication. What the internet problem we've been having? But okay, granted that for future maintenance purposes, you will not want to disturb the main area. Good, we welcome that one. So when you are rerouting it, I will not fight against it. I will not kick against it. But ensure that after rerouting, whatever damage that was done to the current infrastructure, go and maintain it. Go and correct it. Go and correct it. But on the issue of the Invincible Park, please, if there are not genuine concerns backed by serious investigative findings, don't allow politics make the country to loss. If there are not counter expert opinions that can provide substantive reason as to why the park should not exist, and it is only for political reasons or because somebody got issue, because the project, everybody who goes to the project, the next thing they want to ask, when was this built? And everybody will say, oh, you're building a Judge Ria. If that is why you don't want to be heard, just say, hey, I'm brave enough to walk to Jamaica Resort and say, President Weah, please have a press conference and say the park will never build under your leadership. At least let the park live. If that is the reason, we'll beg President Weah to announce to the world that he did not build that park so that the park can survive. No, unless I don't lie, it's serious. Because these are reasons why people are pushing. If there are no genuine expert opinions that can counter the initial expert opinion that was sorted before having this park constructed, then if people want to do it for political reason, I am brave enough to wake up tomorrow morning, to even go to President Weah, to Jamaica Resort, to your house, rehab, and say, Papi, have a press conference, announce the Liberian people that you were joking and now you build a park. That the wasn't build the park. At least let the park live. There are students who go to that park every weekend under the supervision of their physical education teachers. And they enjoy the scenery, they enjoy everything about it. Let's stop it. This thing will not build the country. It will not build the country. Unless a similar thing was done. Although it was done for a better cause. You know, where you have the ministerial complex today, the late President Samuel Kanyando built the Ministry of National Defense. The Israeli government invested in that project. A gigantic structure. What happened later on? When we needed the ministerial complex, the whole country we could not find land. Alexa, they say the part of government. The whole country we could not find land to put a ministerial complex. The ministerial complex is a good project. And that's one of the projects I can grade President Sali for. She did well to have brought the partners to do that project for us. Thankfully, the Chinese government aided us in doing the project. But when the Chinese needed land to build the project as a host country, I believe there were other plots of lands available in this country that we would have utilized instead of breaking down what Samuel Kanyando had already built. That building would have been used for something else. Okay, if not something else, if not for the Ministry of National Defense, that building would have remained. We would have built around it. The same ministerial complex, we're going to build it in a way that we're going to build around it and beg the Chinese to complete it, or seeing that the Israeli doing it, Liberian government too can be the one. But somewhere, somehow, I thought that building shouldn't have been broken down. And you'll be surprised to know that people spent more than $2 million to break the building. Oh, the newspapers are here. They spent more than $2 million to break that building. Now, if government was successful in implementing Project A, if you come to power, even when you not like the project, if you don't want to continue with it, don't harm the project. Don't break it down. We saw how they broke the Ministry of National Defense down to pave way for the construction of the ministerial park. The ministerial complex is not a bad thing, but I felt there should have been a different piece of land. So please, this tendency of trying to get rid of people's legacy is not correct. Similarly, we heard that there was a plan to rename the Samuel Kanyando Stadium. People were pushing for it to be named EJS Stadium, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Stadium, instead of SKD. That conversation was in this town. But President Sirleaf was so smart enough to have avoided that other distraction, and that's why it did not happen. Let's stop it. We is not the owner of that park. Don't allow your hate for him to put you towards destroying something that is benefiting a lot of people and adding on to the beauty of Cinco. Don't do it. That's all I have to say. You know, why we jump on the rest of the other topics, Alexa.
Okay, so I'm not really going to say way too much on this, but I remember there was a whole debate when talks were ongoing regarding the park, Invincible Park, and a lot of people who claimed to be engineers, a lot of them had to present their own perspectives on what they thought would have been the best option. And at the end of the day, a lot of things were said. But again, Oliver, it is really crazy that people would think the park was just constructed there without having any talks with engineers or experts regarding as to whether that was a perfect location or whether it was going to cause a problem to Springfield and stuff like that. Before that park was built, it took not just a week just to start it. There were different research done. There were different field works, and people went there on a couple of different occasions just to do what was okay, a feasibility study that of course we can have it constructed here. And after that, again, we saw people on social media, engineers, they were there talking about it as to whether it was going to be a standard park or substandard. We listened to all those things, we saw all those things. At the end of the day, it was okay to have the park constructed. And people politicized that. I like the fact where you say, of course, this is now George Weah's park. It is for all Liberians because it was built for Liberians. It was built for Liberia. And that's one of the places even people from neighboring countries, from Sierra Leone, from Guinea, a lot of them talk about how beautiful that park is and how amazing it is, especially being in Liberia, one of the beautiful places. A lot of them have been, especially in Liberia. So people politicize that a lot because I think they were scared of a legacy as strong as that one. They were scared that that was being done by George Weah's administration, so it was not going to be a good thing for a lot of them. And after that, the park was constructed. Couple of weeks later on, we're on this same radio talking about some of the people who criticized. They're dead now. Every now and then, we see them with their kids. We see them, playing football. We see them just taking their kids there to play at the park. We laughed about that a little bit. But now that we're seeing, some of the notable um, phases from Unity Party. I know not all of them, and because some of the Unity Party members, they're there like almost every day, every weekend, they're there at that park doing one or two things. But I would like to say Liberia is not short of land. Oliver, no, we're still a virgin when it comes to a lot of plots of land we have in Liberia. We have like a lot. And if you are really concerned or if you are really bent on trying to have an alternative to the Rabat International Airport, I think there are other places you could definitely go to and do, what you need to do to see if you can have that as an alternative, right? It wouldn't be a bad thing. But to be bent on just that park that in the coming days or in the coming weeks or in the coming years, that would be, removed. For me, it doesn't make sense, Oliver, because number one, we have a lot of pressing issues in the country. Number one, Rabat International Airport right now, it needs a lot to be maintained, right? We're still having issues with electricity at the Rabat International Airports. We're still having that problem. So if you were so bent on having an alternative, I think the energy you're using now should be used to have everything at RIA to be well sorted out.
Yeah.
And electricity problem, we should not be talking about that. It should be handled at about this point. The energy you're using, solve the problems at RIA right now. When you are done with that, we can now start a new conversation on having an alternative. And when we're talking about that, Liberia is not short of land. No, everywhere you go, we have it. We have it. You have Invincible Park right over there. You have the street. You have Old Road. And right now, that place, I know some people will say, oh, if we travel other places, they have some of the airports, in the middle of different communities and stuff like that. We're discussing different countries because different countries are built differently. But now just look at where Springfield is, Oliver. That whole place, I don't want to say it is, it is a congested environment.
Oh yeah,
like 100% it is.
You got Rototown there. You got the Fanti Town, all the other places, social houses around the place.
So the place is like really congested in a way that for me, I'm not an engineer, but I'm still trying to think how is that going to work.
Then you gotta clear the whole old road.
You will have to do so.
The whole old road, you gotta clear part of that whole old road. That's the only way the safety you're talking about will be on.
Exactly, because you have people's houses. And the houses we're talking about, they're not, all these tall buildings. I would say they're small buildings together. They're shacks.
Oh yeah.
They're zinc rounds.
Yeah.
Just different things together. So if you're really bent on having an alternative, I don't think that's one of the best places to have that. You could let go of that space for Springfield or for an alternative, and you could find somewhere else, to have that to be done, which would be a very good thing for Liberia to have, an alternative to RIA, because it is a good thing to have that. But for now, saying that in the coming days or coming years that place will be removed, from me, I don't see the sense in it, because there are other things to focus on now. Oliver, you talked about the price of rice in Liberia. That is also a present issue. And how many Liberians, I'm not saying this to denigrate anybody, how many Liberians will travel on a daily basis? Like, even the traffic at RIA, it is not really as it should be at this point. So people are now focused on how they're going to see the transformation within, themselves right now in Liberia. How is it going to affect their lives? And how are they going to go to bed with food to eat? How are they going to earn money to send, their kids to school and all that? These are present issues we are talking about. In as much as That is a fine idea to have an alternative. And about this time, no, it is not really necessary to talk about Invincible Park to be removed. That is also a legacy, a legacy. The same way Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf has a couple of different things left behind, and whenever you're talking about, you definitely attribute that to her administration, right? So you always have that. So there should not be a fight that, of course, because George Weah's administration, managed to have had all those projects done. So right now it means we should have to erase it. There are things that cannot be erased, no matter how hard you try. There are things that cannot be erased. You will try so hard, it is not going to work. Like seriously, it is not going to work out. Seriously, for me, I think we should just forgo, having that space again as Springfield. If we want to have an alternative, we can find somewhere else. Yeah, you would say other countries, you have different airports in areas where you have different buildings and all that. But for me, I'm thinking about something else. Liberia is different, other countries are different, and other countries are built differently.
If you need,
So,
if you need to have another international
so
airport in this country, if you need another international airport, Cape Town is a beautiful place. Let's go to Rawasport.
yeah,
Go
people
to
can land
Rawasport. Go to
there.
Rawasport. We got plenty of land.
People can land there.
Right to
You
Rawasport.
can,
We put another airport.
yeah.
Rawasport. We face the road from here to Rawasport.
It doesn't even have to be. It doesn't really have to be in Monrovia.
No.
You can have that out of Monrovia.
No, so let's go to
You can
Rawasport.
out of Monrovia.
Let's go to Rawasport. Thank goodness, President, we are initiated the Rabat International Airport Highway project.
And now it is ongoing.
That
beautifully.
road,
So-
by the time that road is completed, I mean, this government should already finish with President. We have project, the road project, the Ralphie Road project. By the time that project is done, in less than 45 minutes, when you leave from Monrovia, you could be
You're
at the
already-
airport.
Exactly.
In less than 45 minutes,
You're already
with the
there.
way President, we are, initiated that project to make it 4 lane so. In 45 minutes, time you reach the airport. So that should not be an issue. But at the end of the day, for me, I think those of you who are advancing in the party, not all Unity partisans are thinking that way, but the few of you who think because it is Iwia's legacy, it has to be destroyed. Because everybody who will go there will be asking who did the thing.
And it's actually funny.
Then
if,
don't
if,
do it.
If this is really based off of the fact
Yeah.
that it is because of George Weah, then it doesn't make sense because I think it should be about Liberia.
Similarly, people did that.
because
People did that, Alexa, to the how they call the thing, to the Ministry of Defense project I talk about, where the
doesn't make
ministerial
sense.
complex is today.
I think we have to graduate from that.
There are
It's
people.
way too
There
primitive.
are people who convinced President
You know.
Sirleaf that don't got to get any other structure here to do this and that. And I think that was the correction President Sirleaf decided to have when Mills Jones, what was it? Yeah, Mills Jones decided to do the central bank, because when they got rid of the Ministry of National Defense at Congo Town, where you now have the ministerial complex, and the president said, he went by and said, "Well, you guys misled me. You shouldn't have allowed me to break the thing down. It would have been here, maybe another government or my government would try to find money to complete it. Even we can put Ministry of Defense there, let's put another ministry there. It would have been better off. We could find other land somewhere and do it. Like you misled me." That's how she went to correct the situation right here on Ashmore Street. When they completed the door, we got that CBO building. We are told it was a door idea, some kind of door idea. That's how he completed it and said, "Look, let me build it one." That's how Mills Jones went and rehabilitated the structure. That how they did the renovation, and today CBR is now on Ashmore Street in a building that was initiated by Doe. So my take is, you don't have to, how you call this thing? You don't have to erase somebody else's legacy, because you got some political boon to fry.
No, it doesn't make sense.
If Joey go to Florida to go and live to a house in Florida, that park will remain here for our Liberian people. So please, don't take your politics to that level. If you want to expand the airport, go towards the swamp. It'll be better off that way. And you will have not many things to do around the park area. Once you push it towards the swamp, it means all the other activities, Alexa, you could use the part around the swamp as warehouse for airport cargo. You can use it as warehouse for airport cargo. Or plane will be parking, you can park on that side. Then towards the swamp now, you could extend the wrong way, extend any other terminal if you so desire. But anything other than that, come on, stop it. You want a wish hunt project? It's not going to work.
It is funny though.
It is not going to work
because we've gone a year, few months, right? And there are other issues people keep talking about, like the regular bread and butter issue.
What about reducing the price of rice? Why are you not focusing on it?
You're not focused on that.
You're not focusing on reducing the price of rice.
Something. Okay, let's agree that you're going to remove Invincible Park. Is it going to take a week or two? No. It's going to take a lot of time to do that. Number one, to remove that and to do what you want to do.
Let's assume
that's like a long term.
Let's assume you want. No, apparently, to destroy is easier than to build.
Exactly, you're going to destroy that.
1 hour time.
What time does it take to have what you want to have there? That's what I'm talking about.
Do you have the airport? Do you have the airport in your in the airport extension? The expansion. Do you have it in your budget?
Exactly.
Do you have money for the airport expansion? Do we have people who are willing to expand our airport? If so, are the aviation people raising concern about the park position in reference to safety to the airport? Are the aviation people lighting over it? Look, the aviation sector is one sector that the people can't even joke. The aviation sector, the people don't even joke. If that park was not okay down there, the very beginning where they started doing that park, the aviation authority, not Labiro, not our LAC, what is something, or the Labrador Civil Aviation Authority. I mean, the African Aviation Authority and the global stuff. If that park was not conducive to that place, the aviation authority would have banned that park. I mean, they would have banned that airport from operating. There would have been a strict ban on that airport from receiving flight if that park was a threat to the airport. But hey, since they built that place, flight been landing to that place. The aviation authority, global aviation authority, is yet to issue a red notice to our government. If there was a red notice issued by the global aviation authority indicating that the park proximity to the airport is posing security threat to the airport, let us know. Let's see that notice. Refer out to that communication. Anything other than that you have people who want to spoil, I mean, who want to damage, a particular project. Like I said, people deceive President Salif in breaking down a project that was done by Doe. They felt they were doing it to score some political goal. Ain't no you and Doe not okay. Doe not coming get project when people coming from the airport will be looking at and be celebrating. Break that thing down and let's replace it with your, like I say, let's put the municipal complex there. Good. The municipal complex is now there. It's a beautiful place. We all see it. We enjoy it. But there was something there that was built by some other administration. Could we have built around it? Could we have found another place to build the municipal complex? Could we have saved that other project? Mind you, the Israeli government made that donation. The last time President Weah was in Israel, he met with Benjamin Netanyahu and his team of people went to the other place. They went to meet the Israelis to negotiate for additional projects in Liberia. But hey, the Israelis are aware that there were times where they built a structure in this country that was intended to be used as the Ministry of National Defense. They too read the news. They too know that a particular government came and broke it down. Why would you think the Israelis would still want to support Liberia when one of the government went to them to build a project, then the other government came and break it down? So we should be very careful how we advance our ideas and our suggestions to people in authority because we think we are from the same party. If care is not taken, if you start the president, maybe President Waka will go build one hand pump somewhere. If another government come to power, the government come to power, they hand pump sitting down, they play the hand pump sitting down, way beyond that, so they get separate thing there. Let's move it. Even though the sanitation people say the pump is not interfering with the septic tank, there is no line of connection. But because somebody wanted the hand pump must exist because it is a Braga project, that person would choose to remove the hand pump. What would the country be in the end? What would the country be in the end? At the end of the day, the country is not going to be okay. I mean, that's all we got to say about this particular situation, Alexa. So please get Chairman Mobile Molu's post. But before you get that, let's take this quick break. When we come back, we'll take course on the particular subject matter. Yeah, we'll take a course on the particular subject matter, after which we'll go to the next topic that has to do with Mobile Molu's decision to protest. His organization is trying to protest. So as we go for a break, this is what Eugene Falcon wrote about this airport thing. He said, if an airplane cannot land at RIA, it should be able to land at Springs Pin Airport in Cinco. Allah, we can expand it. There must be alternative. Why would a plane not be able to land to RIA? Because you know you want to put it, because you and the birds fighting over the generator to put it on and put it off. You and the birds fighting over the generator to put it on and put it off. You extend that airport runway towards the Invincible Park. Brussels Airlines will still not be able to land to that airport. Alexa, Brussels, Ethiopia Airlines, even Air Cote d'Ivoire, one of their fleets will not be able to come here. It will not be able to come to that airport except you remove all those Santitown, you know, those zin round from Rotterdam. Or you gotta clear that whole place. Is the government willing to clear those places? Is the government prepared to clear the places?
Like right now, right?
Yeah, is the government prepared to clear all of the places?
Right now in Liberia. It is more like you have a dream, Oliver, but then what you're dreaming about, you already have something else that you're supposed to work on to improve. Yet you're abandoning that and focusing on your future dream. You have RIA.
Face it.
Quite recently, we had an issue about electricity. And before quite recently, a lot of you talked about how the airport was not maintained properly. In fact, the folks there were not competent enough to handle what was happening at the Rapper International Airport. Now you're in power, and the same thing happened.
RIA went far from horses.
Exactly, the same thing happened.
RIA went plenty of horses in that air.
So why don't you do what you're supposed to do?
If you're treating it risky like that, that's spring fee. Well, we got plenty of horses around here. You leave the generator off, and the plane was sitting down on the people horses in Oro. No, unless I don't laugh.
If they can see it,
if they can see in the net, was sitting down on the people horses in Oro because the horses closer to spring fee than RIA.
Guys, please work with
if you can keep RIA generator on, the airport will get plenty of grass. Where the worst case scenario, the pilot can see the runway. The pilot can even go land to the Firestone golf course. I mean the golf course. You know that Savannah grass.
Yeah.
The pilot can go there. He can go try a log. You can try a log over the Farmington River. You can try a log there. If you can maintain that one, we got plenty alternative emergency landing places.
Focus on maintaining
the places we got plenty emergency landing places. RIA, if you can maintain it. That Springfield where in Central Monrovia.
Let me start over again.
We got Rototown so, Fish Market so, Bangetan, all the other places so. The plane jack comes said now on that President Sally Hall and other places to be doing emergency. Come on, stop it.
Can you work on RIA?
Stop it.
Forget about what you're talking about now.
Let's take a quick break.
We'll get there.
When we come back, we'll take 10 calls on the particular subject. Then we go and discuss what Malu is trying to plan. I don't know what the rationale behind the protest, but from what I'm getting, that protest might be one of the biggest protests to hit this country in many years. But let's take this quick break. When we come back, we take calls.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, old man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety.
Okay, Crime Stoppers Liberia, the people bringing safety to your community. My name is KOK ELEXA is here. Join us on the conversation. 086 500 104 0776 104 104 are the numbers to join the conversation. My name is KOK ELEXA is here. Plus 231 86 500 104 plus 231 86 500 104 are the numbers to join the international line. Call us and let's have your input on the discussion. Could this be the first caller? Good afternoon. How you doing?
Good evening.
Good evening. Quickly, no time.
I say losing first because of okay, I'm joining you from the district of 14 as my resident.
Go ahead.
President, I want to say thank you to you and say a for the conversation. But you know, it seems like President Bogart does not want in the legacy of the former president we are to be alive in this country. And in the legacy of former president we are, some of them are spiritually invisible. You cannot see it. People feel it. So you cannot destroy the legacy of the former president. So all you need to do is that you need to carry on your own project. There are other projects that President Blacky make of former President Feliz, and he carry on. Today as well, he recognized the president of her. There was some.
We're missing out on you. Thank you. Let's leave you and talk to the other person. Go ahead. 1 minute. How you doing?
Yes, okay. You and Alexa, good afternoon. My name is Dan from Fendel.
Da Plateau. Go ahead, Plateau. Let's hear you.
There comes a time, Oliver, we put away our political government, political party, and we really need to pray for president in the picture as the leader of the nation.
That's correct.
Like you said about Madam Senate being misled. Before President Bwaka can be misled, to be frank, everybody knows that that is a sedition. But we put party politics once, President Bwaka need to be prayed for so that God gives him the wisdom that this thing does not happen. Let me then say certain things about international boats, about the International Aviation Authority. The International Aviation Authority recognizes that in all countries there are minor secondary airports, and there are major airports for primary airports.
That's correct.
You cannot turn your secondary airports into a major or primary airport without first meeting the International Aviation Authority regulations as domesticated by your own airport authority, the necessary international protocol, standards and local things. So first of all, that is not possible in that direction. Number two, any extension of that port towards the road, it makes even Madam Sally place in the whole fish market to fall honor, including that play the police station case. Because I can remember in the California EPA mentioned that anything, even the aviation Liberia knows that. When I was with Amala B. Selig, former aviation director for Liberia, he said any attempt to expand the road by wireless, they may have to go to the police station case right now. That won't need to be demolished, meaning you have to go all the way to Ruto town.
Yeah.
Now, you can only extend the road to the swamp, like you said. That assessment is done. And some people at the Ministry of Transport want to deny it, but I know about it. When I live with Mr. Angola Biseli, I'm aware of it. So that cannot happen. But my concern is this. I'm afraid. Where the smoke is coming from, fire could be there. I'm afraid. We have to pray for President Bwaka that this does not happen. You remember before this year, the public health minister said in the demolition of all the people's homes that by March of 2025, we see the overhead bridge process already on. Today, nothing is happening. Nothing has happened. People's houses have gone. While we appreciate whatever they were doing, but today there is no update, there is no information on whether or not that will go on now. Finding an excuse is to displace the people of the Kwekon, whose houses are already in the range of whatever that people are playing with. Those people voted Bwaka in their numbers. I'm telling you the truth. Those people voted Bwaka in their numbers.
I agree.
So it is up to the United Party in terms of what they want to do, but we pray for our president that in this direction, he should not do that.
Okay.
It is not good. The impact of that identical fact is affecting positively the entire nation and it is international now.
Thank you.
Not go in our direction.
Thank you very much, Da Plateau. We leave you right there, Da Plateau. Let's talk to this person. Go ahead.
Okay, how is me, Alexa? Hello.
We are great, man.
Let the government try and get that child. Out of Chola say they're doing everything. They don't want to see that boy here, man. Because when they were there, what did they do? What they did? What they did? That kind of park. What will anybody find a country they can go to? Look at PHP Park. During the Ramadan day, Muslims, everybody. You hunger in a town, you say important people houses. We keeping people in our houses. No. They don't have food to eat. You don't get them once and you say, but the thing when you are not in. When you are not in, that what you say you want to do, that will put problem on the other government. May you set on there and excuse church, we are bad.
Okay, we leave you right there. We leave you, my Helena Ule. Let's talk to this other person on the line. Go ahead. Let's hear you. 1 minute. Hello, sir. How are you?
How are you?
We are great, my dear brother.
Right here from Meditate.
Go ahead, Chief.
Okay. Now, Charles Fiddle talk about what the second city which is put on, about Bangka. The Bangka could be the second city. Why that airport cannot be built in Bangka? But what is the city there? They to hammer our children or drain. Where from school they were used to go in the sea to swim. And because of that invisible part today, our children got drained in the sea again all over time. Why Unity Party? Why government worker? Your own age, Liberian people get in retirement a benefit. Why you want to show Liberian people future all the time? Thank you, man.
We leave you right there. We leave you. Let's talk to the other person. Go ahead. 1 minute. How are you? How you doing?
Yeah, okay, good evening.
Good evening, Chief.
Let me say good evening to Elesta and your listening public.
Go ahead.
My name is Ishmael Kamara and I call you from Painesville.
Go ahead, Kamara. Let's hear you.
Okay, I'm still struggling to get the correlation, that is the connection in the argument that both for the angle of this government are pushing. What is logic and reasoning? I'm still struggling to find logic and reasoning in trying to demolish this park for the expansion of the airport in Cinco. I'm still trying to capture the logic because if you say this park is a threat to the existence of this airport, then meaning all the surrounding homes are also threat.
Yep.
Also threat.
Yeah, because for example, nobody left fire to that airport, but all the scene around horses around Rototown, the other place there, the people can be burning fire there for fish.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay. So the argument there is, I think somebody said that this thing is trying to get rid of somebody or hand mark. Somebody is trying to get rid of somebody's effort. I think this is the truth because in my mind, the park is a threat to the airport in Cinco. Meaning that all the surrounding communities there are also threats.
Including President Sally Horse.
Of course, yes. So let us be careful here. No, government will come, government will go. People should try to stop to use the Liberian people. Let them stop to make fun of the Liberian people. We are not stupid people, and our money was spent to build that park. Are you telling me that the money that was spent to build that park now, it should be in vain that we're going to get rid of that money? Because you see, you want to expand the airport, whereas by expanding this airport, you are going to be endangering more people within our surrounding. Like I see it. And besides, bringing down all the different homes that I hear Alena present, we are going to build homes, right?
50 housing unit, 50.
50 housing unit. I can be passing so now look at the green thing in that community.
Yeah.
50 housing unit was built there. You telling me they're going to bring down all the homes to expand the airport? So, if you tell me this is your argument, then what happened to the vast land that the country has? Why can't you try to find another location, another site to build a new airport, to do the airport for the city? If you are discussing rich.
Okay, my brother.
Come on, man.
Thank you.
Come on, man. Let them try to stop what they are doing, man. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. We leave you right there. Let's go to the international line and see if we can talk to some of our international people. Go ahead, my brother. How are you? How you doing?
Yeah, KOK, how you doing? Lessa, how you doing?
We're great, my dear brother.
My name is Boniface Cooley, and I'm calling from USA, Minnesota, to be specific.
Go ahead, Boniface.
Yeah. So what I'm not really understanding in the whole process is the fact that the government of the day is trying to demolish, because of envy and petty greed, the legacy of the former president or the former government. Now, what they are not taking into consideration is the fact that the money that was used to build that airport or that facility was the Liberian people money. So how can you be wasting the same Liberian people money that you say you came to rescue? Now, everywhere around the world, and people can bear me witness for this, especially those who have the opportunity to have gone around. Now let's look at even the Minneapolis airport right here. You know how many skyscrapers, you know how many buildings all around the different airports. Go to New York, go to other cities around the world, go to Europe. All right. So airports are built based on regulations and standards. So are you saying to say, for example, there were no regulation followed? There's no standard that brought in the GSP, I call it the Gene Spring Fee Airport. I think it's just petty greed, envy, and jealousy. But let me say this before I leave the land, KOK. Liberian will learn from this. This is a complete lesson. They say a child who can hear can feed. All right. We sell it to them that this UP guys or the Joseph Boca here doesn't mean well for Liberia. And this is the penalty, and this is what we have brought upon ourselves. We have to live with it. All right. So I want to say thank you to you and Elesa, and I wish you guys a speedy and a prosperous day as you go about your show.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We leave you right there, my dear brother. Let's talk to this person quickly. Hello, how are you? How you doing?
Good evening, KOK.
Good evening, my brother.
My name is Daniel Sagi, and I'm calling this evening from Dome Community.
Go ahead, Daniel, quickly.
KOK, when it comes to the park, it's your media experience. I can share my little experience with you. There's nobody behind the particular thing that is Mr. Boga. Even the one I will get into community here now, there's a girl setting water on at the park here. She explained or showed it to me. I share tears. You know, on the park, they get all the flare there, the like one flare can be around, all around the park over there. Yeah. Now the flare are going to having a sport. So she call boss, my boss, I will take it to the puppet for the holiday. They'll go in their meeting, so we're asking to help us with some flare to put it around the park there. They get to I gonna get set up. They went to I got the puppet hot. He was eating, and then on chief to us, but they explain and let fell on there. The guy explained it up. The guy said, "You explain it, puppet take yeah, put it on the other side and say, how to do that thing down at the core park." Anything you do there, you go ahead. I can't waste my time to spend money to go buy flare to put a one flag. But the earring and see on the feet to the up to now one single flare on the park here. So any project to launch Joseph Boga here in me, George, we are. You will always want to see up there to I go to bring him, but God forbid, it will not happen. I'm not about to say market program, but any thing, somebody will come here with cars to come do inspection into a community or maybe demolition of park. Your car will make sure you set it and play that. Maybe your record. I will not miss from where I live into a community. As the CEO of this is any battle, anything. Say you look at a road to park you want to see up there to demolish. You bring a car into a community. We the selector of the community will make sure we say a car and place. Thank you for me, sir.
We will leave you right there. We will not encourage anything violent. Let's talk to Man CC. Go ahead, Man CC. Then we take 3 international callers and go to another topic. Let's hear you, man.
Yeah, how you doing, Kai?
We are great. Alexa also here.
How was your weekend?
Thank God, we can't complain.
Yeah, I know Alexa is there, the series manager. Also. Yeah, how you doing, my daughter Alexa? Yeah, my look, okay. I'm just sitting and laughing. You understand? Look, Alexa, please tell your father to tell my boy Kai. Tell your grandfather because you all from low-fat country. If you get any project to honor take, then you leave it alone. You're not forced. You understand? If you have no other project to do that person, we have seen what you did for the people of Liberia. And if you want to destroy it, then it will not work for you. Tell your project that you honor take that will praise it to work. When you not doing that, you can imagine what our friends to die, okay, in this water every day, put it down in the water. Because it's one of the for 2 children left in the water in this country because of going on beaches. But we have those things, and today our children go on a path and go play, go have their part down with our friends then. They will go and come back safely. If I tell you us in the country, we want to destroy because we have a new or anything, because we have their part. Because of every jealous, we want to destroy the very playground. What other people come to the country and go sit on the hot fast, they see them do the rest, they meet us, they want to on a car road, go break it down. Do I just say now, Mr. Bokai? When your horse is right on the alley, because we have dust your horse when you're buried in the place. When you're buried that place, you dust your horse, when your horse right in the alley. You don't know that one, Mr. Bokai? And so when you clean it to a place and then you want to bail, you put it for us and then die. Then when you bail ourselves, nothing for one. Go to the direction and moving the new one to the part of our alley. When they do it wrong, and we're not coming for it, and the rest of the men do it. And you come back and see that happening. They say, oh yeah, so when he will go and break it down. If they say, well, bad, you say, well, it will never put you in. So we want to do now, looking fast to you. When the flicker will never, and the or never want you in the hair. And when you say, us, they go to cross the road. So So for nothing to do with the Boaka, you laugh at the people, take your life, and start going to fill the place you want there, airport, want there, all one.
Okay.
I put that going off. You want to manage it. You said Boaka wire. The money blow up. You don't see that we want the airport. What had a train playground? No one to be there in the country, left and right, on the beaches. We said no to that. So what you did to us? We not like that from you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll leave you, man. CC, let's talk to this international caller. Go. Oh my God, I think this person left the line. Let's see if we can take this person. Quickly, go ahead. 1 minute. How you doing? Hello.
Okay.
How are you?
Yeah, okay. Fine. This is Ali Matali from Baltimore, Maryland, USA.
Go ahead, Aliu.
Thank you. Man City just strike a good point. And I want to know from you guys over there, say those spikes were built in the country. When last we ever heard that, oh yes, Christmas, New Year, this and that, people went on the beach and they left in water? When last we ever heard that? Because since those spikes were built, today everybody, when they talk about holidays and things, that's where they go to enjoy themselves with that treatment. And thank God you and Alexa has traveled before. Those international flights, sometimes Brussels Airlines, we have about 800 to 900 passengers on that flight. Ethiopia Airlines. When UD is saying that a flight cannot land to RIA, it can land to Springfield. You and Alexa have traveled. Do you think Brussels can land to Springfield?
I Brussels will land to Springfield. The whole Rotterdam will go. All the horses in Rotterdam will go.
Everywhere we go. So these people, if they see they got money to do extension on the Springfield, the best thing they can do, as you guys said, let them start to open another airport, places they came now, and this is how they play with expand.
Yeah.
Instead of them coming to break down, those people serve 12 years in the country. There is nothing that people can come in Liberia and show and say this is why the people need to beautify the country. But today, some of our children will be like, when are you taking all who to go to Invisible Pie? PhD. Even my wife, when I show her this part, she couldn't believe it. Because then she never been back to the country. So it is not good for our country. So we want to see Liberia develop. If they get money, they can go and start another airport project. When they finish it, the next government can finish it. And when that one is complete, I think it can be used for chapels. Thank you and thanks, Eliza. You have a good day.
Okay, thank you very much. We leave you right there. We talk to A. We are talking about the pub. Go ahead, pub. Let's hear you.
You see, animal that in the bush, it can die with a song. You get me?
I understand the parable.
Okay.
That's how you understand.
Even a human being, a woman, when you treat a woman badly, it's not because she has nowhere, but because of a child. The black people, but the people demonstrate down. We say giving that ego out, but let me to say we listen. Thank you.
Okay, we leave you right there. Let's take the last question, then we go to another topic quickly, then we go home. You are the last caller. Let's hear you. No time.
Hey, how are you? This is Ed Moka. Are you sure the visually impaired guys are keeping this unprepared president to the fire to deliver?
Go ahead.
Oliver, this is a clever attempt by this government to try to push us. All that they have tried to do, they can't push us. This is the last place now that they are coming. And we can assure them that we are not going to be pushed because why? Well, President, we are there this part, it is intended for the Liberian people. He didn't put it there for sedition. He didn't put it there for our party. He put it there so the Liberian people can be able to amuse themselves. When you are stressed out, you go there, you're stress-free. The last time we checked, they were talking about PHP and having problem with internet. Today, we are hearing about Invisible School Park and having problem with Flint. So if they are serious to erase President we are elected, that means they just started. They haven't done anything yet. They're out of the road that they drive on. Even the one thing that they are fighting to complete all of their leadership, they need to go and take the quota out and scatter the road and start something on their own. The 14 military hospital that President Boaka wife was the few times before they could take her to Ghana, what she is right now, they need to break it down because why? The helicopter, the military helicopter have to lay in the barrier before he happened with our 14 military hospital. They also need to go to Bapuru, the Emirate Hospital. They need to get rid of it. So why are they wasting their time? You know what? You know how much money you will spend to get rid of President Weah legacy? The money that you will take to get rid of President Weah legacy, you can take it to do something small on your own. Because I will speak, the government has not started anything on their own. Everything that they are managing here is our project, our CDC government project. The RIA role, let them get rid of it, let them create all of the quota that we bought, let them erase everything and start something tangible on their own. You can't even put gas or fuel in generator. You can't even sell a generator. That is President where you like I say you want to erase. You got more to do, but they are not going to push on you to protest because why? It don't belong to sedition. It belongs to the Liberian people. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Edmond K. the visually impaired guy. Let's talk to the last person. You are the last caller. We are giving this exception. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Yeah, Q. How are you, sir?
We are great, my dear brother.
Yeah, let me just say what the Unity Party want to do by spoiling the fact. I think that the wrong decision they are taking. First of all, that the Medina road there, they say that they are going to start with. Then they finish that one. All the road then that they say they are to doing breaking ground and doing things then. Then they try to finish all our road then first. Because we are getting into rain season, we just see they are just greater in places. Without putting no quota. And we are getting into rain season. That rain season we are getting into. They just greater in. We just see on Facebook, they are just greater in all over. Without putting quota there. Then they do that one first. Because I don't want for them to come and fool the Liberian poor. Yeah, they do the past 12 years again. That the same thing they want to come and do to our people again. Breaking down places, which is, they know exactly that rainy season start coming. They are breaking people property. We're out putting something there. And we are getting into rainy season. When we get into rainy season, and they'll say, oh yeah, that rainy season, we won't touch it 1 year. That the rainy season, we won't touch it 1 year. So you're not waiting for dry season. Why they couldn't wait for dry season before they start breaking people things then down? But that the lay fact that making it and the whole of Sinko farm that the place they want to go and break down. Then they tell a half on it.
Okay. All right.
Then they tell a half on the other one. Thank you so much, brother. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much.
We already know they are using.
Thank you very much. We leave you right there, my dear brother. Alexa, we the people to announce protest date this week. A nation's resistance to bad governance awaits. At the climax of a series of strategic planning sessions, the date and agenda for Liberia's most consequential peaceful nationwide protests, people-owned and people-driven, will be unveiled this week. A seismic shift in Liberia's political landscape is imminent. The time has come to boldly activate the true spirit of the constitutional creed. All power is inherent in the people. Indeed, the people are rising from their knees, no longer begging, no longer silent, to seize their rightful place in a democracy defiled by corruption, lawlessness, betrayal, and mockery. The people's awakening is a warning. The era of impunity is ending. Enough is enough. We, the people, are coming outside for change. We, the people, are coming outside for change. This is what Moba Molu wrote as he is planning to have the Liberian people come outside through his 10 group to protest against too many things in the country. In few seconds, Alexa, although he has not announced the date yet, but what is it making to you? Yeah, I mean, we're going to return to the calls very soon. Tomorrow, this conversation is going to be held, but we just want to start it, on today.
Well, that is a civil society organization, a civil society group, and this would not be the first time to have a civil society organization to organize a protest in Liberia. It has happened on countless occasions, and this would not be the last, neither will it be the first. Stand. I think Stand has been around for a couple of months. And when it was firstly launched, a lot of people had a lot to say. But I think over a couple of weeks or over a couple of months, we have seen their engagements. We have seen how, they have talked about a lot of issues happening in Liberia. And one of the recent ones was Moba Molu actually talking to motorcyclists to remain lawful, as they went about protesting in Liberia or in Monrovia to talk about, exactly what was going on with them and what exactly they wanted. To say we the people, I think this is about Liberia, this is about Liberians. So for me, I'm really sure that they're just going to exercise one of their constitutional rights, that is the right to assemble peacefully, because that is the right every Liberian has. That is the right every group in this country has. It is constitutional for a group of people to protest. It is constitutional for a group of people to assemble, whenever they have a couple of issues to be resolved by the government of the day. So this is, I don't want to say this is, something that people should be like, hey, no, but I think this is welcoming because we talked about Liberians rising to the occasion to confront what is happening in Liberia. We also recommended to Liberians that, of course, it is not always a certain group of people to be able to organize a protest, but it is all about Liberians getting together or people driving, a venture or people's driving, fight. So the fact that this is called, a Liberian own, I think every Liberian, one way or the other, will be involved somehow. And I think there are different issues everyone is faced with. I think 2 3 years ago, when we had several protest actions in Liberia, you had different people joining Oliver. A lot of them were joining that because they're part of the group that was organizing protests. A lot of them joined because they had their own issues and they needed to go there to raise their own issues. When people walked in this space in Monroe that we talked about how things were difficult and the government was not paying attention to Liberians. So I'm sure we're going to have a lot of people, even though the date is yet to be announced. This is just, the first part we're seeing that Stand is working on organizing or protest in Liberia, in Monrovia, to have Liberians to rise to the occasion, to express themselves, to express their grievances, and to also call the government to other. And there's one thing that's in there. It talked about, democracy. It talked about, rule of law or the Constitution. So I think whenever the Constitution is mentioned or whenever we're talking about rule of law, it is about everybody's business, because when the Constitution is not as effective as it should be, then you start to worry that your country is now going the right direction. Whenever the Constitution has been disrespected and disregarded by people who are supposed to uphold, the rule of law and the Constitution of Liberia, you are to be worried because it means we are not moving forward. We are moving backward. And that is a threat to any country, because to have a country to thrive, to have a country to progress, definitely the Constitution should be respected at all levels. So I think a lot has happened over the past couple of months, and people have seen what's happening in Liberia, different angles. Ordinary people are actually watching and they're experiencing how the country is, and the transformation is not seen. We're just listening to regular propaganda as it was during the campaign or before, Mr. Boakai ascended to the presidency. So this is, I think, a moment for Liberians to get together. So I'm sure before just coming to the public with this, I'm sure there was a discussion held, or I'm sure they have a couple of different meetings with different people, and they got the green light to be like, hey, we have to get together to organize this. But I look forward to exactly what's going to happen in the coming days. I'm sure we're going to get updates, because Stan has been vocal about a couple of different issues. They talked about the rule of law. They talked about what was happening up Capitol Hill, what is still ongoing. So a lot is happening in Liberia. So we're hoping, while we're behind these microphones, we're still watching and hoping to know exactly what is going to happen later on. Police brutality, if they're going to talk about that, we're hoping to see, what it is going to be like. Is it going to be massive? We also want to know how are Liberians, receiving this news, because I remember we had a conversation here and people called, why we're not seeing protests in the country. Why we're not seeing this in the country? So I think now the fact that they're saying it is for everybody, because they say we the people, so it means like all Liberians. It means every Liberian. We the people. So it is like everybody. And they say they're coming outside for a change, or they're coming outside for change. So it is clear that Mr. Boakai was elected on the basis of change, on the basis of a rescue mission phrase. And the fact that we are here, all power is inherent in the people. That is a part in the constitution of Liberia. All power is inherent in the people. So people protesting is also one of the the things that they possess as the people. When we're saying all power is inherent in the people, they have the right. When it comes to their leaders, that they have the right to definitely talk about what they're experiencing. If they're dissatisfied with what's happening in Liberia, they have to talk about that as well, because the constitution definitely states that all power is inherent in the people. So I'm sure this is a really good initiative. And at the end of the day, Liberians will be out because they're saying this is an era. The era of impunity is ending. So they want to end impunity. And we have seen a lot of, these things happen in the country. So mysterious deaths, we're seeing that. So I'm sure we're going to have more details later on to talk about what is going to happen, the date of the protest, how is it going to be like. I'm sure we'll talk to Molu maybe in the coming days or in the coming weeks.
So the news is coming up. I think we have not seen any big protests happen in this country since the administration, and a lot of people have been saying why the CDC can't protest. I was able to talk to some CDC people, and the reason why I'm saying is because during the WEA's administration, we saw the Unity Party endorsing protests in this country against the CDC administration. I mean, at a certain point in time, my own big brother Mo Ali endorsed a protest that was intended to disturb the WEA's administration. Now, we will try to get that Mo Ali particular statement. But according to the guys who protested under the WEA's administration, they did so because the country was not okay. For them, George Weah was not running the country well, and they needed to protest. Oh yes, they needed to protest at all costs.
The country was not being governed
So,
responsibly.
in fact, let me try and find this particular one. I want to play it for our people to listen. I want to play this for our people to listen. This was what Mo Ali justified. And today he's at the ministry, not the ministry, the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation. I want you to take your time and listen to this. This is what he said about protesting in the country. I want you to listen. Okay, I'm coming. This is the group that
what we want.
Okay.
Because what we can say from the end of the Council of Patriots, if the president does not listen, we will continue to get into the streets until he can do what we want. Because Article 1 of our Constitution says very clearly that all governments are instituted for the satisfaction and safety of the people.
Okay. So this was Mo Ali under George Weah justifying why protest is not a bad thing. Why citizens have the right to protest when they feel injured or dissatisfied over how the government of the day is operating. Listen to Mo Ali again one more time.
What we can say from the end of the Council of Patriots, if the president does not listen, we will continue to get into the streets until he can do what we want.
If the president doesn't listen, in that instance, you are referring to President George Weah. He said if the president doesn't listen to his issues, their issues, they will continue to go in the street.
Continue to get into the streets until he can do what we want. What we can say from the end of the Council of Patriots, if the president does not listen,
we
will continue to get into the streets until he can do what we want.
Okay. If the president doesn't listen, we will continue to be in the street until he can do what we want. This was Mo Ali speaking as a member of the Council of Patriots. He was a certain United Party Secretary General and at the same time, a member of the Council of Patriots. Now, the former chairman of the CDC and former member of the CDC, because Malu resigned as chairman and he subsequently resigned as a CDCian, is now organizing a protest. You know the reason why I went for Mo Ali clip? It's because I hear people say Malu is a CDC man and he want to protest.
Even if he were. Even if he were.
That is the even if he were. This is the evidence towards it. A certain United Party Secretary General in Mo Ali endorsed a protest action. He even told the former president by then that we will continue to be in the street until he will do what they want them to do. He was a certain Secretary General of the United Party. In this instance, Moba Malu, who is announcing protest as the head of stand, is a former CDCian. He is without a political party right now. So on the issue of legitimacy and morality in calling for protest, let that argument be laid to rest. That at the beginning
but they do not even have the balls or the decency to talk about legitimacy when
Alexa,
Liberia.
we're going to have the conversation.
Because everyone, whether you are a seditian or not, you still have the right.
That is the reason. That is the reason why, as we are beginning the conversation, that's why I went for that clip to play it so that you cannot question who is the head of this new protest. The head of this new protest is a former seditian. He is a Liberian and currently the head of a civil society institution. The protest that Mo Ali was mobilizing for was being organized by Henry Pedro Costa.
Exactly.
Mo Ali was the Secretary General of the United Party when he was endorsing in fact, he served as the spokesperson for the Council of Patriots, justifying why the people have the right to assemble, to protest. And in his mind, they will not leave the street until George Weah will do what they wanted him to do. That is gone and past now. Today, Moba Malu is also informing the Liberian people that they will come out. They don't know when they are coming out. And that's what tomorrow's edition will look into. We don't know when they are coming out. We don't know how long they're going to spend. But we just want to inform you that there is a planned protest in this country. And according to the preliminary information that we've gathered, that protest will be looking into the dismissed EPS officers who were illegally removed. They will be asking for them to be reinstated or settled financially. That protest will be looking into those who were illegally removed from all the ministries' payrolls. That protest will look into the bad treatment being meted out against petty traders in the country. That protest will look at police brutality. That protest will look into too many areas of national concern. The protest will be calling on the government to do more about the drugs issue that she campaigned about. That protest will be calling for the cancellation of the salary harmonization because the Liberian people were made to understand that it will be cancelled when Joe Biden had come to power. Oh, yeah. That protest will look into petty traders going to sell and they are not making profit. That protest will look into petty traders being beaten, being harassed, their goods being seized when there are no availability of places for them to go and sell. Thankfully, the United Party told them that there is no market in the place for you to sell your sell on the road. Joe, we actually move on the road. Your customer will not see you. So that protest will address the issue of hardship. The protest will be asking President Bouaka, you told us that when you come to power, you knew who all used to be eating small $1 on rest press, that why rest press can come down. We want to ask you why the price can come down. That protest will be asking President Bouaka to reduce the price of rice. And so that protest will be looking into the bread and butter issues confronting the Liberian Republic. By tomorrow, that protest will be looking into the motorcyclists and their plights. Why would the government take their money, take their insurance money, and refuse to give them access to places they're supposed to make their money? So on tomorrow, we are hoping by the grace of God to contact each and every one of the individuals whose institutions will be part of that protest, because we are told that it is going to be a conglomeration of affected individuals, whether sellers, whether buyers, whether the quote unquote, cyclists, the very MCSS students who were protesting and got brutalized recently, all of these people will be involved with the protest action and will be asking individual institutions, what are you going to be protesting for? What will you come outside for? What are you going to be protesting for? And how prepared are you to protest? The next question will be, will the government listen? We'll be asking the government. Will the government listen to some of the plights that the protesters will be raising? Can they guarantee that the protesters will be protected? Can they guarantee that there will be no police brutality on the day of the protest? Can they guarantee that at the end of the day, protesters will be protected just as the way the police was very professional on June 7th under the WEA's administration? Will the police still do the same thing? And just as I close, the police force is never a brutal force. Look, let me be honest with you. The police is very professional. The same police that worked under George Weah that gave protesters water, food,
they're there.
The same police officers in the basement. The police will only act on the basis of who is commanding them.
What instructions, are
And
given.
who is commanding the police depends on who's appointing the commanders. So if the president is a president who will say, hey, I'm the president, my people are complaining, you're letting come and complain. You're getting water. You're make sure none of them get hurt. If that is the president what you have in the country, you will protest, you will get water, you will get food. When you finish, you go with your stomach full. If the president is the president who say, I'm the president, I don't want to see no food human being protesting on the road, you'll beat the hair out of them. It's an order. You will go with pain, you're going with souls, you're going with lost and stolen phones, broken bones, and that's how it will be. So the police only work based on instruction. So if the police is already under a regime that see flocking citizens as the best option, man, you go on the street, they will flock you. If they're operating under a regime that is going to be highly tolerant, you will have your chance to express themselves. You will even insult police people. They will not hammer you because they are under an instruction of tolerance. But tomorrow, we continue with all of these conversations. But until then, Alexa, we got to go on 87.9. DJ Hero will be taking up next. And until we return on tomorrow, have a wonderful time.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Lastly,